So let's just take a look at the finals, which is Branded against Vanquish Soul K9. And it is Vanquish Soul K9 going first. And they have a very suboptimal start with normal summon of K9 Lantern, which is one of the worst things you can imagine other than just passing turn, to be honest. That is one of the worst things to open with Vanquish Soul K9 if that's your first play. They add Case. And I think for Firat here, he has Ash Blossom, and I think like in this instance, yes, it's scary that your opponent might have Izuna in hand to punish this Ash Blossom when you know their hand is this suboptimal, but I still agree with ashing the Case for K9, because if you don't ash it and they have Izuna in hand, they can just go for Jokul and they will play anyways. So it doesn't actually make a difference. It's not actually a real decision to make. It's just correct to ash this and hope they don't have Izuna. And they don't have Izuna, but they have Holisu with a Vanquish Soul, which I don't know which one they revealed, but it's probably not Madlove or Raisin because they would have summoned those, so it's probably like a Borger or Valius or maybe Jiaolong, I guess. We do get Ripper here, which is going to be able to grab 2 cards because we got ashed. Can't see what they add. Oh, they added. Oh, they don't set. So did they draw the quick play or did they not play the quick play? It's one of the two. They didn't set the quick play with Ripper, so it's just Izuna and Lupus here. Okay, Izuna and Lupus also tells me they did not reveal Jiaolong for the Holisu. They must have revealed Borger or Valius. Because if they had another level 5, they would definitely go Jokul here. No quick play. Oh, that's the worst case scenario, right? If they had it in hand, that would be unlucky, but they would at least have it as a disruption. Wait, does this even make anything now? Dude, how bad is their hand? What was it? Lantern, Holisu. It must have been a big Vanquish Soul. It has to be Borger or Valius. I don't know which one it was, but it has to be Borger or Valius. No Fire Monster. That's the biggest takeaway as well here. When you're the branded player here, you know they don't have Ash in hand. Because if they have Ash, Holisu, Lantern, and the Vanquish Soul, they can just start Holisu, reveal Fire Dark, so they can't have a fire in hand. Dude, this hand sucks. They go for Nash Knight. Do they rank up the Nash Knight into the Masquerade? I think I would. Actually, you lose targeting protection, which is much worse than to fall into Virtuous. I don't know. What is Makiet branded? Yeah, this board is beatable for branded, especially if you know they don't have Ash Blossom. That makes your life a lot easier. Don't have to worry about that at all. Normal summon a Luber. At this point, if I'm playing against this, I'm probably... I mean, unless you know that your opponent isn't playing the quick play spell, I would probably expect this to be the quick play spell if they didn't set it off Izuna. I'm not actually sure how common it is for people to not play the quick play right now. I feel like when I play against the deck, they usually play it. But I haven't played against it in my last 2 regionals either, so maybe it's not as common anymore. I hope branded players are called Marky in Germany. No, but we might start a trend. Marks. Oh, oh. High spirits chain droplet. Yeah, that's tough, dude. That's tough. Reveal Golden Sword Soul, send Gran. Search for Fallen of White. If you guys are right and they actually just don't play the quick play and the set is just the Vanquish Soul Trap, then this is like honestly probably the worst possible opening hand for Vanquish Soul K9 that isn't outright a brick. What is this? Lantern, Valius, Trap. Lantern, Valius, Trap, Holisu, and one other. That's god awful. Bell. Okay. No, Bell. And they have Branded Fusion. Jeez. I think this is crazy, right? You can make Albion. You can make Albion, you banish with the Albion. That triggers Golden Sword Soul. Yeah. Yeah. You can send Quem. They're thinking about that. You can send Quem for Albion, Albion banish, and then Quem and then Golden Sword Soul revives Quem. Might be game, honestly. Because when you make Mirror Jade, you can banish with the Mirror Jade, which will then trigger Quem to revive. Yeah. This is nasty. Josh wishes this was him on Saturday. Yeah, this is why on Saturday I didn't feel like it was. I don't think my deck was the problem. I feel like I had a bad day. In terms, like I never had hands like this that just pushed through 1 or 2 negations. I always opened like 1 starter max, which was annoying. Yeah, here's the Golden Sword Soul. Oh, we go Lubellion, like an extra step, okay, to recycle some stuff. Discard the opening. I guess we don't need it. You played Branded? On Saturday, I played Branded, yeah. Ooh, we got the Overframe Mirror Jade as well, based. Now we can Quem send Cartesia. I think that we should probably bring back Lupus and make. We should have probably brought back Lupus earlier. I think. Because you can still activate the Nash Knight to just detach the Lupus and then bring it back. Because we could have made Typhon, maybe. Typhon could have saved us this turn. Maybe. The Mirror Jade just attacks it, though. Maybe not. Because now it's too late. Now when you summon Lupus... When you summon Lupus and activate effect, they can just banish it with Mirror Jade, and then you don't get a rank up. What are they trying to figure out? Oh, are they trying to figure out the attack points of Ripper with Case for K9? How does that work? So when Ripper was negated, it was cut down to 1150, right? Because it was not boosted by Case for K9 at that time. It was a 2300 Ripper. It was halved to 1150. Right? And now the Case for K9 gives it 900, so it's at 2050? Should be, right? I think that's how it works. Which would mean... Hold up. We attack the Ripper with Albion. That's 450 damage. We use Mirror Jade to banish the Nash Knight. Gwem brings back Cartesia. Attack 470. Yeah, that's game. Wait, they didn't bring back Lupus at all. Oh, that's not right. Well, to be fair, if you use Lupus, then they can use Grand Guignol. Tag out, but only if they play a level 8, right? Because they're locked by Fallen of White, so they can't summon Praskinian or Luluvalilith. So this is game. This is game unless this is the Vanquish Soul Trap face down, then they're forced to summon the Valius out of their hand. Any Pokemon planned today? Not today. Pokemon is not planned for today. We can play it again at some point. If you guys want to. But since we started a bit later than usual today, and I also have I have some plans for dinner later, so I can't stream. I can stream a little longer than usual, but probably have to call it a day around like 6 p.m. So I don't have time to play Pokemon today. Oh yeah, it is Vanquish Soul Trap, Summon Valius, which is I mean, you're gonna survive here, but realistically, dude, this end phase is about to go hard. Hard. Have you heard about the new duel trial in Master Duel might have interesting implications? You mean the one where the player going second starts with 6 cards in hand? We're gonna play that later. If we have time today. We should have time for it. Yeah, dude, this end phase is about to slap. This end phase is about to slap. Oh, here's the branded sword. Here is the branded sword. Okay, so really quickly, what's the line with branded sword? How does branded sword make branded fusion better? I guess we're gonna watch the deck profile later, but it's gotta have something to do with making Albion, right? To get something cool banished. It is 5 versus 7, not 5 versus 6. Oh, so it's not just you draw the 6th card immediately, you just have an extra card going second. Okay. I don't even know if I hate that, to be honest with you. Send Albaz Cartesia, make Albion. Albion makes Grand Guignol, send Shrouded. Shrouded sends Sword. So you have... Ooh, yeah. No, that is good. Alright, and Vanquish Soul scoops it up because there's no way out of that one. No way out of that one. Branded takes game 1. All right. Oh, we've got Perulia. Double Perulia. Do you use both? Or do you just use one? You can't use Perulia with high spirits, can you? I know. I mean, you could if you play like... what was it? Rulcolos, I think? Is Aqua? I think that was the target. In the beginning, people played D3S Frog. But then Rulcolos came out, and then people did that. Stake your soul, reveal mad love. Yeah, that hand probably wins game 1. But in game 2, we'll see. All right, we go for Heavy Burger. Yeah, we're gonna... I mean, Stake Your Soul typically is a good card to have against Perulia because you're summoning from the deck. But we still... Ooh, we do the field spell. It's not even the worst case scenario here because we don't have to normal summon Mad Love now. Gonna target the Burger. You're not ready for what's about to happen? Uh-oh, what? Search Raisin? Search Raisin with Vanquish Soul start when we already have... I mean, we don't want to normal summon Mad Love because we already have the field spell, I guess. Now we draw with Heavy Burger. I mean, you don't really want to be... Okay, Izuna effect. Oh my god. Oh, nah, dude. Okay. Second Perulia. Because they started a chain with Izuna. And, oh, chain... No, chain Holly soon? No way. Nah, dude, that 3 draws? There's no shot. There's no shot. Okay, they drew Imperm. They have Droplet again. Izuna. I mean, it's still a strong... It is still a strong opener for Vanquish Soul. I'm not gonna lie, but the Droplet is rough. Hi, George. There's a chance I might move to Germany. Do you have any advice on it? Also, if I speak better English, can I go to locals and just speak English, or will people judge me? Well, I mean, I don't really have any tips for moving to Germany because that's the one thing I've never done in my life is move to Germany. So I don't know what you have to like keep an eye out for. But from my perspective, I think speaking English at German tournaments is no problem. So you don't have to be worried about that usually. That shouldn't be a problem. Olisu to summon from deck. Nah, don't tell me he's imperming and he's dodging with Borger under double Perulia. Nah, dude. Nah, no, do! Alright. Rewatched. Oh, I guess never punished, dude. They drew Droll and Ash. Those don't really do much anymore. I don't like this sequencing. I think I think the reason why they changed the Borger here is because they really want the Vanquish Soul Trap, which I agree is important, but I don't know if it's that much. Because they already have, here's the thing, right? They already have Fire and Dark in hand. We saw that, right? They had Mad Love and Raisin in hand. So what you can do is you can just not make Rock, right? You can just leave Borger on the field, activate your Holly Sue, see if it resolves. If it gets impermed, you just say, okay, and you go end phase, you return your Borger, you set the trap, and then you return the Borger from Take Your Soul. And you just don't make the Rock. That way, you don't have to give them 2 extra cards for the Borger summon from hand. And you still get the trap card. The thing you don't get is the Rock, but that doesn't matter. So after the imperm, you can just pass with Holly Sue, Ripper, Trap. And Borger goes back to hand. Which is completely fine. Because this Raisin this turn does nothing. You get Valius, but you can get that next turn as well. Like it's not relevant. So you basically just gave 2 draws just for the imperm. Well, now Branded has like 8 cards in hand when they draw for turn. Which should not be this many. It should not be this many. Okay, here's the thing. They kind of got everything now. But I think the fact that Branded has so many cards is still gonna make it hard. This probably should have gotten to a similar quality end board with like 2 less draws. No, yeah, they seem to not even side deck the quick play spell. All right, Fallen at the Virtuous for turn. So they got High Spirits, they got Droplet, they got Fallen at the Virtuous, they got Albion the Shrouded, and they have Fallen of White already. This hand is cracked. I mean, to be fair, it's hard for your hand not to be cracked if your opponent gives you like 4 draws for 2 Perulias. Which they didn't need to do, I think. All right, we're setting up for a big Droplet. We're doing High Spirits and Fallen at the Virtuous in one chain. Also, I can see the Luluva Lilith in their extra deck, so they're not playing Priskinian or Veritas. Fallen at the Virtuous, target Rock, chain Droplet, send both. I believe this is all in response to Heavy Borger, which I can get behind because it looks like they know all the cards in the Vanquish Soul player's hand, which means giving them an unknown draw here just puts you at an unnecessary risk of them drawing like Golden Lockbird or Ash Blossom or whatever they might play. Bell, we saw in game 1. Just stuff you don't really have to worry about if you just don't give them a draw. Do you like Fallen of White as a card? Yeah, I think it's very fun. Are they playing OG Albaz? Yes. From what I've seen, every single Branded deck plays OG Albaz. You just need it, unfortunately. I say unfortunately because Fallen of White is such a good card that you would love to play 3, but you simply need that Albaz and Eruption. It's a very key part of the deck. like white Albaz but not circular? Dude, you need to get with the times. When I hated circular, that was 4 years ago. In modern context, you will not catch me complaining about circular anymore. The game has changed significantly. I'm still not a fan of the concept of one card combos per se. I'm not super happy that they exist, but they do. Like every deck has one now. So it's a little bit different. But you complain about Dodo Dodo though? Yeah, because Dodo Dodo is a cringe ass deck, dude. Not my problem if you can't handle the truth. Wait, why? Hold up. Why is Valius on the board? Because they can make what's it called with it? Albalenitis. Why did we put it onto the field? If you could turn back time and delete all Link 1s, would you? Yes. I thought about it for a second because it means deleting Sky Striker, which I'm not happy about, but I think I would do it for the all the upside on the other hand. I would sacrifice it. Dude, this is winnable for Vanquish Soul, by the way. I don't know why they're throwing all their interruptions at this right now. So, okay, hold up. What? Valius popped Ecclesia. Okay. Why? Huh? Did Valon just book Albaz? Okay. All right. He doesn't want the Cartesia in hand to be live. Yeah, but that doesn't change the fact that Valius is a dragon. You can just make Albalenitis to put the Albaz in the grave anyways, to make the Cartesia alive. This just effectively does nothing. Wait, do they not? Surely they play Lenitis, right? There's no way they didn't. Did they forget that Caesar is a dragon? Because they didn't make Lenitis. I'm confused. I mean, yeah, but like now, dude, now this just contact fuses. Like that's the thing, right? The Caesar Valius did not have to pop the Ecclesia. The Ecclesia didn't really threaten anything. Because what does the Ecclesia threaten? Ecclesia can go into Fallen of Albaz, which if they want to do that, be my guest, then I'll pop the Fallen of Albaz with my Valius. And if they make the level 8 synchro, then you can pop that as well. So realistically, what you're supposed to do is just hold your Valius in hand so it's not exposed to be turned into an Albalenitis, and just let them cook for a little bit. And also the Valon. Yeah. Use with Ripper. Make Mirror Jade. Now we have Albaz engrave again. Dude, I don't think they know they can make Lenitis. Summon Cartesia. I think I just saw that. You always play you always play Lenitis right now. It's way too good. It's way too good against Reiko Tail. It comes up in some other random matchups. It's a good send to the graveyard to search follow-up branded fusion. Like you play it. You definitely play it. Maybe they're tired. I mean, yeah, it's fine. It's just it's also another one of those advantages. I've noticed this with branded as well. Even though this deck is like technically giga old, there is still like the deck always changes. And it still is a relatively complex deck to play, but also play against. So people make those mistakes as well. I mean, there's always this one moment where, because when you play Vanquish Soul, the types of your cards almost never matter. There's always this one moment where you realize for the first time, oh shit, Caesar Valius is a dragon. Whether it's randomly against like Secretarion Dragon or because your opponent fuses it into Albalenitis, like, because up until that point, like, or when you activate Magnamute and then in the end phase it pops up and you can search it. But it's a very easy thing to forget the type on Valius or something like that. And I also, like, I get the idea behind booking the Fallen of White when you know they have Cartesia in hand, because they added Cartesia with Branded in High Spirits. So, like, the first idea might be, oh, I can just book the Albaz to make sure they can't special the Cartesia. Like, I get the idea behind it. It's not, like, stupid in that sense. It's just overlooking the fact that they can still contact fuse, right? I'm not sure if Pirat wanted to contact, if they, that's the thing. I'm not sure if they just also forgot that they could contact fuse, or maybe they didn't want to, which could actually be the case, because Albalenitis can't be used as fusion material. So if they had contact fused, even if they then summon out Cartesia, they can't fuse with it because they don't have another light or dark in rotation. So maybe that could have just very well been on purpose to not fuse with the Valius. Maybe they wanted the set Albaz as fusion material with Cartesia. Yeah, it's possible. Definitely possible. I think it was originally the plan when they started playing in order to force out the Valius. I think that's why they committed the Fallen of White and summoned the Ecclesia. I think the next step would have been to make Lenatus with the Valius if they didn't pop. But because they did pop and make the Valon, they could just play freely because they know all the other cards in hand, right? Okay, the Borger is dropleted, so it's at 1250. So this is 1250. This is game. Right? This is straight up just game. Why did Vanquish Soul have 1,000 damage? Why was it on? Why were they on 7,000? Oh, the Valon was already attacked over. Wait, so it's not game. I thought they could still both attack. I missed that at first. Right. Then it's not. Doesn't the field spell protect? If they have a Vanquish Soul in hand, which they should. I think they have Holly Sue. They could have protected, yeah. Ah, dude, this end phase is about to be glorious, though. This end phase is about to go crazy. That's the most fun thing about playing Branded. You try to get into a grind game state like this, and then you just call end phase and you go like +6. It's awesome. All right, Branded Retribution adds back Fallen of and the Virtuous. Set it. Move to end phase. Vanquish Soul should still have Fire Dark in hand, right? Shouldn't it still be Mad Love plus Raisin? Here's Quem. We get Cartesia and Ecclesia back to hand. We still have, I think Ash is still in hand for Branded. Quem plus Mirror Jade is rough. I think the Mirror Jade, but the Mirror Jade can't be used next turn. They have to like reset the Mirror Jade somehow. Which they can. Yeah, they could. They send a second Ecclesia, which is good because it keeps the Dogma unaffected for the time being. Holly Sue Fire Dark gets Ash. Send Kit, revive Cartesia. Maybe they don't play Kit or they sided it out for going second. We're going to watch the deck profile after for Branded. All right, draw a card here. It's not yet over, I don't think. It's going to be hard, but you know all the cards from Branded's side as well. Branded has Cartesia, Ecclesia in hand, Fallen at the Virtuous set, and whatever you can see on the board. There is Albalinitis. I just saw it as well. Second Dogma. Trying to pop the field spell, I assume. Oh. There goes the field spell. Now, Vanquisher still has the trap in the deck, so they could maybe clear this board eventually. But I think outing the Dogma is also pretty hard under when they have Ecclesia engraved. That's tough. Normal summon Raisin in the Quem zone. Did the Quem not activate? Wait, why did the Quem not activate? Is there no target? No, there has to be a target. Only Albaz? Well, they have a second Ecclesia engrave as well. Saving for later? What later? Lagging? Oh. Okay, hold up. So Raisin popped the Quem, and now Rock adds back Raisin. Raisin was normal summoned, so we can still use Holly Suit as special. Wait, add back... Oh, Valius is banished, though. That's tough. I just now realized Valius being banished is really tough. We have another Jiaolong in hand. We summon a Jiaolong off Holly Su, so now we're trying to get into... We're trying to get into rank 5s, I suppose. Reveal 2 fires. Get another... Second Borger in the deck is huge. Summon out Jiaolong. Now Rindbrum activates. Target Albaz. OG. What can we fuse here? Can't make a Mirror Jade. Because we already have it on the field. Can make Lubellion with the Rock? The Rock is dark, right? Yeah. The Rock is dark, which means we can... Ooh. Ooh. Called by the Grave off the top. Wait, that might do it. That's all disruptions gone for Branded, isn't it? They got nothing. They can't use Mirror Jade. They got an unaffected... Wait, they play that one? Nah, dude, that's game, isn't it? Dude, that's game? No detach? He attacked, not activating it? Bro, he didn't activate. There's no way. Oh, dude. Oh, there's no way, man. There's no way. Oh, God, that hurts. Oh. Oh. Nah, dude. Dude. Oh my God. I feel for them though. That sucks, man. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I mean now at this point, bro, that's so tilting. Oh. Oh God, dude. Dude, I've never seen an Arc Rebellion turn into a Typhon or a Zeus, because normally when that card is summoned, it ends the game. That's never happened, man. Oh, that's so tough. Oh, dude. I know that's game now. That's game. I don't even know if Vanquish Soul can really win against the Dogma at this point, but it's also just like we have follow-up here. We get Branded and High Spirits back, we get Ecclesia back, we got everything, dude. Yeah, it's over. Ecclesia is called by it? No, Albaz is called by it. Supposedly he activated but didn't detach, so the judge ruled it as not activated. I mean, that's impossible to say because there's no player sound here. I mean, the game ends at this point. We can just go, hold up. It's hard to say. It's really hard to say because, like, I guess maybe when they point at it with their finger, but they're not saying anything. They flicked on it with the but the thing is, his mouth is also not moving at all. Right? Like, he's definitely not talking in that moment. Which, if you just like flick your finger at a card, don't say anything, don't detach a material, I feel like it's reasonable to say like you didn't activate the effect. Right? Like, that's, I don't know. Well, I mean, at this point, there's not much left. He's just waiting here. There's a retaliating sea in hand. I don't know where that came from. I guess it was the burger draw. All right, dude. I mean, I heard that Branded won, but I didn't know how they won. That's crazy. There's no universe any judge would rule that he activated. Yeah, I also with how they responded to the entire thing, they seemed like, I mean, they seemed frustrated but a good sport about it. I think they knew that they didn't properly declare the effect. Like, it doesn't seem like a controversial situation. It seems like they were like, oh yeah, damn, I forgot to activate my effect and went to the battle phase too quickly because I thought I had won the game. And it's like, okay, yeah, you know, it's tough, it sucks, but it doesn't seem like there's any drama here. It's just like, okay, yeah, I forgot to activate my game-winning effect and moved into the battle phase. That's unfortunate, but it is what it is, you know. Which, I mean, if you're playing finals and nationals, I'm sure that's very exciting, and that's probably the reason why that happened, because they were nervous. And also, I think Arc Rebellion is a card yet you don't summon very often, right? It doesn't come up super often, so maybe they thought it was like something that happens on attack declaration or start of the battle phase or a permanent boost or whatever. Like maybe they just, you know, it doesn't happen very often that you summon that card, so it's understandable. It sucks, but it's understandable. It, you know. So yeah, and I guess maybe a little bit of a what's it called? Consolidation, I think. Consolation, I don't know what the word is, but I mean, it was just game 2. There's no guarantee they would have won if they did that. They would have won game 2, but game 3 was still the opponent going first, and then you see how it goes. You never know, right? And Branded, especially if Branded goes first, and if they don't break, then it's a pretty hard matchup for Vanquish Soul, I think. It's really hard to outgrind Branded with Vanquish Soul. So, yeah. All right, that was the national finals of Switzerland. I'm very happy that the national season is kicking off in Europe. It's always an exciting time because there's so much Yu-Gi-Oh to watch when there's nationals happening basically every weekend. This upcoming weekend, we're going to have the Austrian nationals as well. Going to be live for those this time around. This one I couldn't watch live, unfortunately, because I was playing in regionals. But this upcoming weekend, there should be a stream for Austrian nationals, right? That's usually a not one of the 4 big ones in Europe, but it is on the bigger side of nationals, I think. Like they got a couple hundred duelists usually at the Austrian nationals, so they should be streamed.